Yo, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to make beats with mallets, such as like a vibraphone or marimba, because I feel like those kind of instruments are really popping right now. And if you don't know what a marimba sounds like, this is probably the best example. Like, it's hard. I might make a beat out of that sometime, but yeah, before we get started, make sure to go follow me on social media, as always, at Viral, you know what I'm saying, tap in with me. But let's get it. So basically, I started with the first pattern. It's like just the vibraphone, and the sound is actually from SRX keyboards. This has a lot of cool vibraphone sounds. And then it just repeats again. So it basically goes from F minor 7 to C minor 7. And then the last chord is it goes to E flat major. So then I just kind of repeated that the next time. So the thing is, with these kind of marimba instruments, you have to like make the chords bouncy. So usually they play these kind of instruments in a syncopated rhythm. So they play it like kind of like this. So yeah, make sure to have a bouncy rhythm, and you can see I kind of arpeggiated some of the notes. So the next important thing when you're using these kind of mallet instruments is they have a really short decay time and high attack. It just essentially like hits once and then kind of disappears. So I usually like to layer this with a pad to kind of fill out that sound space. So what I did for that is I just copied these chords and I removed the kind of syncopation, so I just made it like sustained notes to kind of have like a long pad sound. But yeah, this layer really adds a lot to it because before it kind of sounds empty, but then with this, it's just more pleasing to listen to, like sonically. And this is an important thing, like you kind of want to consider adding instruments that fill the sound spectrum. This is one of the things that I talked about in my 5 melody mistakes video. If you want to go check that out, I'll link it right now. So next up, I added a sub just to fill in that lower end. I think that's a really cool thing to add instead of like an 808 for the intro. So then next I have 2 more melody layers, and the first one is this kind of lead. So as you can see, it sounds a little bit crowded, so that's why I'll show you guys what I did next to kind of help this sit better in the mix. I also added this other sound from Expand and took out the pad, and it just kind of let it sit with the vibes. So this is kind of like a replacement for the pad, because you know the pad already kind of takes up that same frequency space, so I just kind of replaced it with this. You know, the thing is, like, you don't want to have too many instruments in the same frequency space. Don't put too many layers on top of each other. Instead, like, have like one layer over here and then replace it in the other section. That kind of keeps it interesting without making it sound cluttered. So then next, let me go into the actual arrangement that I did, and I'll show you guys what I did to kind of help the layers fit in together better, and I'll show you guys the drums also. So I have a low pass filter over here that I kind of filtered out some of the vibes, and this is pretty much like a regular EQ, and I just automated this to take out the higher frequencies in the verse. So this is what it sounds like after. But then I also added the pad and the lead. So the important thing is when you actually low pass your vibes or marimba instruments, it still has a really high attack, so it's still audible, so it still gives it a lot of rhythm without it being like a pad. So then if I layer it with a pad, it's still like kind of soft, but it has a lot of rhythm to it still. So you can still hear the you know, like the rhythm of it. So then I also low passed my lead over here. This is what this automation is. So next, let me show you guys what I did for the drums, because that's a really important part. And actually, if you want any of these drum sounds, they're for my Abyss drum kit that I recently dropped. So if you want to check that out, I'll put the link in the description. But yeah, I pretty much started with like a regular clap pattern, and then this is the 808 on top of it. So it's really bouncy and stuff, and then I added the hi-hats. And then the same pattern repeats over here. And then I added my open hats and perks. So just like subtle layers that add like some rhythm to it. And then the final thing I added is the snare. And then for the verse section, I actually took out the 808 and replaced it with the sub, and I added a rim instead of the clap and a kick. So this is what the kick pattern is, and with the rim. Comes back in over here. And then I took out the filter over here. And then the hook again. So yeah, as you can see with the vibes, like if you put a filter on it, it's a really cool way to switch between your hook section and your verse section, because it kind of puts it more in the background if you put a filter on it, but it's still a cool way to preserve the rhythm. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys found this tutorial helpful. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and comment below what you thought of it, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.